test video now. Just skipping the whole thing here. Graphics, blah 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 blah. Okay. Main menu. New
Welcome
game.
to the Las Vegas Crime Lab. Please enter your name.
Yeah. Please. Thank you. Newbie. Oh. There we go.
To begin your orientation with Grissom, click on Start beneath the first case on the left.
In and out. There we go. I just hope... Hey, Grissom.
Welcome to the CSI Crime Lab, Graveyard Shift. I'm Gil Grissom, and you must be the new intern. I know it's your first night, but we're short-handed and... Grissom. Yeah, Jim. We're just leaving. We've got a homicide. I know you've got good problem-solving skills or you wouldn't be here. You'll have to jump right in on this crime scene with me. John Webster said, "Death hath 1,000 doors to let out life." Let's find out which one our victim took.
The Location tab at the bottom of the screen allows you to access various locations. To head to the crime scene, click on the hotel location now.
Okay, before we start, I have to say this. It's rated M for mature. It's blood and gore, language, sexual themes, use of tobacco, and violence. So, if you're under the age of 17 or 16, stay out of this. Just stop watching it right now. And I will not be held responsible for you guys' actions. So, just a fair warning. Now that that's out of the way, let's head over to our first scene.
Good. Other crime scene locations will appear here as you uncover more places to visit. 3 CSI locations are available on the right, but we'll visit those later. For now, we'll go directly to the hotel.
Okay.
First officer, fill us in.
Let's see, manager got a call from a guest complaining about noise. He checked it out, found the TV going pretty loud, and this young lady here who didn't exactly need it turned up. No signs of forced entry. Manager's name is Bert Suston. He's pretty bent out of shape, but cooperative enough. You can question him if you want. Wish I had more for you.
It's a start, and the crime scene will have plenty to say. Probably a good idea to start with our victim.
Throughout the investigation, you will often want to examine things more closely. To look at the body, move your pointer onto it and click.
Okay, now to investigate our first body.
Excellent. Notice that when you passed the pointer over the body, it changed to a green arrow. This indicates that you can inspect something in greater detail.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's some bruising on her neck. These marks strongly suggest she was strangled, likely a violent killing. Perhaps there's more we can learn.
Yeah, case file will update this.
Notice the case file has been updated. This means that information has been added to a file on a suspect or victim. Click on the case file icon in the bottom right to look at it.
This is the case file. Suspect, victim files, reconstruction files, everything.
Case files hold a summary of everything you've learned about the suspects and victims you meet. This is the file for our victim. To look at the case file for the hotel owner, click on the Suspects tab. In addition to general information, suspect case files contain categories for means, motive, and opportunity. You will often need at least one of these filled to be able to get suspects brought in for an interrogation, and all of them for an arrest. Now, click on the Close button. Let's take a closer look now at the bruising Grissom mentioned. Move the pointer over the victim's neck and click. Notice the Tools tab is automatically selected on the toolbar at the bottom of the screen when you're close enough to use one. Tools are categorized into either Collection or Detection tools. Click on the Detection sub-tab. Rolling over any of the tools gives you a brief description of that tool. Find the UV light and double-click on it now. Double-clicking gets you a more detailed description of the tool. Yeah. It looks like it might be the right one for this job. Click on Close. To use the UV light, click once to select it.
Okay, before I continue, it might be a short video, but this is the first one, so I'm just gonna check out and see if it recorded the mid-sequence, you know, the film sequence that's between, in between each case, especially, and when it comes to new places you can go, you have a filmatized cutscene. So if it's gonna be picked up or not, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is the first test. You're just gonna finish up here and do try and do most of it right now.
Now, pass the UV light over the bruised area and click.
Deep bruising patterns suggest a ligature, sexual ritual, or premeditated murder.
To back out of this close-up view, move the pointer to the left or right-hand side of the screen and click. Notice the pointer changed to an exit arrow when you did that. Now, we'll look at collecting evidence. Click on the torn piece of cloth on the bed, left of the victim.
This one right here.
Sometimes you'll need to search for trace evidence before collecting an object. In this case, select the magnifying scope under the detection tools by clicking on it.
Here we go, magnifying the scope.
Now pass the magnifying scope tool carefully over the cloth area to look for
There
very
it is.
small or hidden trace evidence.
See that?
Looks like a tiny strand of hair. Whenever you find something with a magnifying scope, single-click on it for a closer look.
Just a hair, right? A tiny thing, and yet so very big. Note, it is not the victim's hair color. Someone else was here, in close proximity to the deceased.
Select the tweezers by clicking on the Collection Tool subtab, then clicking on the tweezers.
Tweezers! We like tweezers!
Now, move the tweezers over the hair and click.
Like that.
Evidence you collect is added to your evidence folder. To look at it, click on the Evidence tab now.
I swear. Oh, this narrator thingy, it's really starting to annoy me, but it's a good thing because then I don't have to explain every single detail of the first mission, so you can understand it much
Evidence
easier.
you collect is added to your evidence folder. To look at it, click on the Evidence tab now.
There you go.
Evidence is categorized here by type. The hair you just collected is a form of trace evidence. Click on the Trace Print subtab now.
Here it is.
You can re-examine a piece of previously collected evidence here and review what you've learned about it. To re-examine the hair, double-click on the hair icon.
Double-click on.
These evidence descriptions will often update throughout the case, so check them regularly. Click on the Close button now.
And we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors.